Do you believe Mormons are Christians?
I got to be careful because I have people who hate me who are going to use these words to slander me and attack me. Unfortunately, are Mormons Christian? Here's what I'm going to say, because this is something I've always believed. If you're talking about people, because you got to make a distinction between a religion and its official teaching and the persons. Because there are people who go to Trinitarian churches, they don't even know what the Trinity is. Do I believe among all these groups, there are people who sincerely look to God and to no fault of their own? Let's say my position is right, but they're not convinced of it to no fault of their own. I truly believe, from my understanding of how I see Jesus in Scripture, and I'm trying to make it subjective, they will be saved and their theology will be perfected in glory. So if you're asking me, Christians in the sense, there are Mormons who are saved, because that term Christian has no meaning really. Mm-hmm. You know, everyone can call themselves a Christian. I do believe in every sphere of life, there are people who don't know, let's say, the truth. Maybe I don't know the truth, but I'm hoping that God sees my heart, that it's not I'm rejecting the truth after knowing what it is. I'm not convinced this is true. I'm convinced that God will take that in consideration and pity me. Mm-hmm. This is how I feel about everyone. Yeah. You understand? Now, to ask me about the official teaching like they were telling me, I cannot see how it's compatible with the Bible or early church history. So if you tell me, is their teaching, would it be part of what Christians have always taught, our definitional doctrines of the Trinity, the faith? I say no, it's not Christianity historically, because I know what he's going to, well, if you were to ask me, well, wait, the Christians before Nicaea, they didn't have the Nicene doctrine of the Trinity, but that's not my argument. I'm just, in case you brought up. My argument would be, as long as someone believes the Father, Son, and Spirit are uncreated, not everything's uncreated, my belief. You have creation brought into being from nothing. Father and Son and Spirit are uncreated. So even Justin Martyr, though he would say Christ is the first begotten, the beginning of all creatures, he says that Son is God's rational power in him. So he doesn't believe he's created from nothing. He is in God as a rational power, what he called the Logos, and he comes out of God to create. That definition, Father, Son, and Spirit are uncreated, and Son and Spirit are not part of creation from nothing. That to me is good enough to qualify as a Trinitarian. So if they held to that view and creation was brought into being from nothing and the Father, Son, and Spirit bring that into being, and you need to submit to Christ and accept his commands, that to me is historic Christianity.